Welcome everybody to another episode of Three Birds and a Punt. I am Afia. I am joined by my co-host Whip and John. Say hey guys.
What up? What up?
Hey, hey.
All right, now this is episode 34 entitled Hold the Booze, Please. All right, for an inside joke for you Birds fans. Don't forget you can subscribe and download Three Birds and a Punt on Spotify, Apple, Anchor, or wherever you get your podcast. And we're also on YouTube. That's where we're streaming live tonight. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Excuse me. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Three Birds and a Punt. You see that there at Three Birds and a Punt. And don't forget to download this latest episode. We're so happy to be back with you. And before I say anything, my man Whip has got a rant. So
Yeah,
we give space to him to speak on this tonight. Go ahead, sir.
I do. Salutations, everybody. Hey, real quick, right? I'm not going to make this long, but I just want to address something. So, a lot of people really don't like me on Twitter, and that's cool because of my opinions when it comes to my Eagles. You notice I said my Eagles because I'm a diehard Eagles fan. All right. Probably, I ain't gonna say probably. I'm pretty sure my fandom is probably stronger than yours. You have no idea. But with that being said, that's either here or there. You know, certain people get upset about some of the things that I say. Okay, when it comes to the birds, and people throw threats and stuff like that. I just want to put this out there and make this perfectly clear to everybody. I'm not that boy for that, yo. Like, I'm not. So I'm gonna need you to dial that back, chill out, relax. Cause I have no problem doing a Jalen Rager and reaching out to you. Okay. So I'm trying to be nice and humble. I'm a grown ass man. I'm not a kid. So I need you to think about that. So here on out, let's just keep it professional. If you don't like what I'm saying, that's cool. You can either block me, mute me, unfollow me. You got 3 options. It's just that simple. So with that being said, that's it. On to the show. Let's get it.
Oh yeah. I would just say this: Twitter is not the place to have civil conversations. I think we've all learned that pretty well, right? But threats are not accepted, and they'll never be accepted.
Exactly.
All right, so now let's just get into it, okay? We had a Tuesday night game of all things, and I just want to get you guys' take on what you see. I see JC's in here with us. What up? What up, JC? Recap the game for me. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you didn't like. John, let's start with you.
Hey, family. Eagles family. Thank you for viewing. Uh, it was a sound win, given all the things going on, the postponement, the massive COVID list, yada yada. It turned out to be. It started really badly. Like, how unlucky were we for that interception to on third down, the ball, which would have been a nice catchable ball to Dallas Goedert, dropped the ball, hit off his cleat. Landon Collins, good football savvy play, intercepted it and stopped. They reviewed it, overturned it. Washington football team ball. That really set the tone early. I think we got the ball back. Jalen took too long in the pocket, fumbled, and Coach Sirianni got on him. And I think from that point on, at least offensively, they really flipped the script. They really got back to doing what they do best, running the ball. Miles Sanders, that grown man, Jordan Howard, they were just mashing, mixing little Dallas Goedert. Devontae Smith had a nice catch on the sideline. That was overturned, rightfully so, because that was a catch. I don't know what the refs were looking at. That was a catch all day long. He wasn't even near the sideline. Perfect toe tag swag by Devontae, by the rookie. Offense is clicked. Like, they didn't, aside from early on, they've really just mashed. And the weather got a little wind out there, and that's the perfect time to throw the ball because the defenders, the D backs, when it's a little damp, a little rainy, they'll tend to be a step slower in their reads and their movement. So in that, you can just run, pass, and they got into a good rhythm against a team that we should have beat out of the gate, but they turned
Yeah.
it around.
Yeah.
Special teams kept us in the game. Jake DeMake, what can we say? Pro Bowler. What can we say about that line, offensive line?
Oh man,
Like,
listen, we could spend
we
all
were
night
missing
on that old line, right?
Landon Dickerson was out,
Yeah.
and
Both our
Suapeta
guards were
came in
out,
and
I
did his
believe.
thing. Like,
No,
so,
and
like,
did you guys see
they
that
really
that Jason Kelsey run? Okay, when he was outrunning Boobie, and I was like, oh snap, we could get him to cover the rock a few times and just switch things
you
up. I
you
see.
and
You
you
know,
notice Jason Kelsey was mad. You notice Jason Kelsey was mad that Booby didn't follow him because
Yeah.
probably would have got a touchdown.
But if you notice, 34 was right there. So I think Booby kind of saw him out the corner of his eye, cut up, and then Dallas kind of got in the way, slowed him up, and so that guy could kind of catch. But it was a beautiful run. I see Tyrone. Hi Ann, Tyrone, JC. We're all happy to have you. It was a pretty weird interception. Like the game started weird, right? Just very miscues that let you know that the game felt rusty. It felt very, very rusty. But then it obviously picked up, like you said, John, when they got back to the fundamentals, which is running the ball and using the strength of our team, which is our offensive line. And then Gannon on the defensive side realized he wasn't playing some NFL Hall of Famer QB and actually started applying pressure. And then, Fletcher Cox had the best game that he's had this year. And, it was all in all. I mean, closer game than we thought, but in today's NFL, you're usually only one score away. That's how it goes. So I was pretty pleased with what I saw. That's how we kind of rallied back, because the early goings was real bad. Okay, real freaking bad. How do you feel about it, Whip?
Well, you already know, rather than Scrooge, got to throw some salt in this game. All right, and we're a couple of days from Christmas. Everybody hates Whip.
No cold.
Everybody hates Whip, so I'm about to give y'all a reason to.
Come on, Santa.
No, all jokes aside, it was a great win. But it was the Redskins, man. Oh, my bad. The Washington football team. Come on now. Let's keep it a bean. I know y'all like, what the hell? You gonna take that away from us too?
No, I'm gonna completely agree. I'm just surprised you said that, bro.
Yeah,
I'm like, usually a win is a win is a win.
Nah, not today, because they were supposed to do what they did. They trying to get that wild card spot, and you got a team that was just coming off of COVID. And now, as you can see, some of our players got COVID. So, I mean, a win is a win, but at the same time, this whole team is based off of running, and I love that. Yo, shout out to everybody that hated on your boy Whip, who was up there talking about Jordan Howard was a bum. Told you.
Listen. This whole game turned the second they gave that ball to that man. Because I feel like even Booby takes after his mannerisms when he sees how he hits the hole, right? Because early in the game there was a lot of that east to west nonsense, but the second you saw him going downhill, Booby started being able to follow that key, follow his blocks, right? Get him down.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying, and this is what I've been trying to tell people from the jump, man. From the beginning of the season to now, my whole thing is, you left that man on the practice squad this whole time. All right, now he's here, and everything is developing. That's all I've been preaching about this whole time. I don't call him Jordan Howard. I call him a grown ass man, because he a grown ass man when he played the game, and now people starting to see it. But at the end of the day, like I said, it was a good win. We got a revenge game coming up. All right.
Yeah.
I just don't want to. I just don't want to see you win. I want to see them whip their ass.
You want to see domination, huh? I don't know if domination is gonna be. I mean, it should be, because the Giants have whomever they're gonna have at QB, but
Mike Lennon.
We
They
we
they
we
got to
have
do
some
something.
issues internally, but I have to say there's something to JC's point to. Division games are weird, hard, random games. When you play the same team twice a season, they know your tendencies pretty well. So I feel like it would be remiss not to say, yeah, a win is a good thing that keep us in the playoff hunt. Had we lost, our playoff chances would have been pretty much out the window. So it's a good thing. At the same time, we should have beat them handedly. We didn't, but that's what we love about football, right? You never know what's gonna happen. You can have. I mean, everybody thought the Buccaneers was gonna beat the pants off the Saints, and look what happened.
Ain't that
So
crazy?
I mean, you know what I mean. Any given Sunday,
Shut out. A big old goose egg. That's crazy. Yes.
Yeah.
The Saints had the best defensive performance I've ever seen against Tom Brady. To shut him out.
Exactly, right?
Yes.
Very rare. I think they were saying that it hadn't been done in since the early aughts. Like it's very rare. And yeah, Jason, I do feel like if anything, this whole game showed us that if Nick Sirianni had committed to running the ball earlier and had recognized that Jalen didn't have the arm necessarily yet to do what he needed to do consistently, we would be right there in the mix for playoff contention. We wouldn't be fighting for a wild card. We'd be right there at that, maybe a 3-4 seed. And so it's just recognizing that we can't rely on Jalen's arm that much. And then understanding that relying on a run game as much as we do is probably not sustainable long term.
I wouldn't say that we shouldn't rely on his arm that much. I think as far as play calling, you had to call pass concepts to his strength, which is evading pressure and sometimes getting out of the pocket. So with that, like running when they run the trips and they run the levels concept, that's a staple in their passing offense. They kill everybody. You saw Devontae, you saw Goddard. That's one of our main staples in our passing offense. It took them a while to understand that. So the early going of the season was like, oh, we're still trying to learn what kind of passing concepts suit his strength. We know he's a good running quarterback. What passing concepts suit his strength? And I think they tried to play through that with just throwing everything that they've collectively come to understand that worked well with other quarterbacks. So Jalen now is at a point where I think now we're at a point where Coach Sirianni can draw up 18 plays, passing concepts, 3 RPOs, but some ones that, this really didn't work the 2 times we did it. We'll come back to that. So, like, now I think they're in a good rhythm, and potentially Jalen might be the future quarterback.
That is a conversation.
In this offense.
I love what you're saying, John. I love what you're saying, John. That is a conversation for a different pod. Because we could talk all night about the merits of Jalen being
20 for 26, 296 yards. 20 for 26, 296 yards.
You said that to the wrong
20 for 26.
I understand.
In this offense, if they run it, if they 9 rushing touchdowns.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that Jalen. No, I'm gonna yes. I'm gonna sit here and say that Jalen played a good game. Good. Period.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Because just as much as we can throw out all these stats, and we all love stats, we all saw what we saw. And at early goings, we hated what we saw. And then when we started running the ball and taking it away from him a little bit, easing him down, he calmed down a little bit, and then he was able to sort of, do what he needed to do.
According to Coach
Sirianni,
according to Coach Sirianni, it took him to chew him out,
right,
to change. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Queen of the 3 birds, I gotta ask. I gotta put you on the spot. Is Jalen our quarterback next year? Thank you, John.
That's my question. My comment to that, my answer to that would be if there are no better options. That's real. That's real. If there are no better options, I think because the draft is not really humming, we're not really right now. We're looking at outside of a top 10 pick with each of our top our first rounders. So we're not really in that prime position to get a good quarterback, even if we wanted a good quarterback. And I think that the Eagles would love a situation where they get another year of Jalen. And if he sucks, oh well, that puts us in a better position to draft a QB high, right? And if he doesn't, then that's great because then you're getting another year to develop him and get him further and further into a system. My concerns about Jalen are still the same concerns. What I need to see out of him, obviously, at the end of the day, maybe it don't matter. I'm just a fan. Is the front office seeing what they need to see out of him? I don't think so.
Well, they have.
If they were, you wouldn't keep hearing us be linked to all these different QBs. So I just think that they still feel something is lacking. I don't know if Jalen can improve. I mean, he's clearly made some strides. But is it enough? Do we have another season to give him? If there's something better comes along, are we going to just be like, hey, thank you for your service?
Hey, John.
Back up.
John, oh, my bad. I apologize. John, what made you say that? What made you say that Beetlejuice and them agree that he may be I call him Beetlejuice, ladies and gentlemen. That's Jeffrey Lurie, if y'all don't know. What makes you think
they would have brought in they would have brought in competition for him early. They would have brought in competition for him late. They would have brought in competition for him this year.
Really?
They would have brought in competition for him this year to push him.
But yeah. When you say competition, thinking about our cap situation, who would have been competition that you think we could have gotten for where we were right now at the time with our cap situation?
It was Deshaun Watson, but we would have lost some assets in that. And then,
wait a minute now. You think Deshaun Watson is first of all, let's 100% get real. If Deshaun Watson was on the trading table, there's no way we would be like, oh, let's stick with Jalen Hurts. I think it's been reported on pretty clearly that Jeffrey Lurie would pull the trigger for him, right? And what's maybe stopping him is not knowing how bad this thing could be. They want to see what's going on with his legal situation first. And also, Deshaun Watson does not want to play for Philadelphia. That's a big sticking point because he can control that where he goes. He has a no trade clause. Same thing with Russell, and I think potentially the same thing with Aaron. So all the big QBs that may be moving in the offseason have more say over where they go than just who's got the most assets. Because I think the Eagles would, in a heartbeat, trade for Deshaun Watson. All of his controversy or not.
If we go 9-2 to start the year next year with Jalen as our quarterback, do you think he would be the quarterback of the future?
Hey, I like how you keep trying to fight the power with trying to make this man our future quarterback.
Yes, I love it, John. John, listen, I love the optimism that 9-2.
You are.
It's a game to game. It's a week to week league, bro. I can't. For me to think about next season.
I'm just pitching. Yeah,
you're out here like the sky's the limit. When like 2 weeks ago we was like, they suck. They can't even beat the freaking Giants. I don't think
with him, he's still developing. He's only 23 years old.
Fine.
You got to give him time. Every successful quarterback in the league has an offense built around them, and I think they're learning to do that now. Like now,
this team is predicated off the damn run, man.
Yes,
absolutely. Which opens up the passing game,
which is not sustainable in today's NFL. And I love the run game. I like the fact that we're utilizing the run game. I always think that we should have a robust run game, but you run the ball to like you say, establish the passing concepts, and then once you have the lead, you maintain the ball, running the ball to maintain the lead. I think that's very, very, very simple. And I do think that when Jalen can get into a rhythm running, it makes him a better passer. But at the end of the day, do the organization want a great running quarterback who's a good passer? Or would they rather have a great passer who's a good runner? To be honest, I think they'd rather have the latter. Me, personally, I'd rather have the latter. But I'm not the person making the decisions, and they have to continue to evaluate the team, you know? But let's get into our next topic of the day, the topic of the show. Hold the booze, please. We have some you know, in our new social media world, players and fans can engage in ways they've never had before. And I don't know if any Birds fans have seen on Twitter recently, we had a couple of our players talk about how they did not like the booze. I'm assuming, of course, because we played terribly early last night, that they did not like we started booing, of course, as is our way. And some took to the Twitter webs to tell us, hey, don't boo. It's not fun.
Yeah,
And I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about players who get upset with booing. And do you think that they should comment on it to begin with? Uh what do you
well,
think, Whip?
one, you can't control my opinion, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say how I feel. And I seen what Booby posted, and I seen what Slay said. You know, this, that, and the third. Slay even went back and was like, you know, can we come to your job and boo? Shit, hey, I'll invite you to my job. If you don't like my performance, boo, motherfucker, do your thing, boo. But guess what? Here's what they don't understand, man. You know, we diehard Eagles fans. You know, we live and bleed this shit, man, every single day. Before them two cats even got here, okay. This is us. This has always been Philly, man. It's like you put up
Or
and
you get out.
you get out, period, point blank. You know, this is what we are. So we done had this battle with the athletes going against the fans for how many years? It's never going to stop, man. It's just a continuing cycle. It's a revolving door. I'm here to tell you, I am going to voice my opinion. I will not shut up, and I'm going to continue to boo. If I don't like the product on the field, I have every right to boo if I want to. You know, who are you to tell me I can't boo? Okay, if a player who was drafted in the first round is not putting up the numbers he's supposed to be putting up, but yet we watching the other guy that we passed on put up crazy ridiculous numbers every damn week. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
Good play.
You you did something that I thought that was very interesting that you did. You started clapping, right? And I just think
Yeah.
it's interesting. They don't tell us don't clap. They don't say don't cheer. They don't say just watch in silence, just spectate in silence, right? So when you do something well, I'm going to cheer you, right? As a spectator of the sport. And
Fact.
when you do something poorly, well, how else am I supposed to let you know that I too saw you do something poorly? You know, like really, you have to kind of almost say, like, I guess I understand their perspective. Like, the other team is supposed to boo, right? Y'all are supposed to be upholding us, keeping us down, but we do hold you down because I just paid all this money to watch you perform, knowing that you're probably gonna suck, right? But I came out here anyway. Okay, to Whip's point, a lot of these fans have been here throwing down seasons. I mean, down seasons. Okay, still went out and put their money out
I'm one
there.
of them.
Still went out there and tried to support the team. And it's not like we go there with the intention of booing. That's just the product that you're producing.
True.
So, you know, I just think when I kind of hear players talk about it, I feel like they're trying to speak on something different, like speaking on support. Like they don't feel like booing shows support, but I showed up. That's my support. You understand? I paid money. That's my support. Y'all score a touchdown. That's my support. There's also going to be my criticism because I'm not just a blind fan.
True.
True.
I see what I see. I can't just be out there all the time like, oh well, whatever. It's okay. Y'all grown men. You could take it.
Yeah, and that's my whole thing. It's like, come on, man. Like, really? So you tell us not to boo. Yo, this is Philly, bro. This is not Pittsburgh. Sorry. You know, not to take a shot at the Steeler fans, but you know, that's where Booby from. He out there, he out there in the burbs somewhere. This is Philly. This is a
Harrisburg.
whole different ball game, bro. Like you need to do your research on Philadelphia, like, hands down, because like I said, And most here's the crazy part. If there's anybody who he really needs to be addressing this situation with, go talk to your boy Brandon Graham. Go see how the Philly fans treated him in the beginning and how he's loved now. How about that?
Yeah,
you want to know?
so true.
You want to know about a man who was hated to the core? Go get that BG and see how much he loves.
Only because he wasn't Earl Thomas.
In fact,
right? I mean, we do sometimes tend to get hyped up on who's missing. I agree with you, right, John? But I do think also too, there's this idea that you're only gonna get what you're doing. So if you're not playing well, like it's not out here like we're booing hard effort. We're booing what we see as a lackadaisical tendency to not perform at your best. Right? We're booing tendencies that are not going to win the game. We're not just going to sit here and be just cheerleaders. Y'all got people to cheer. Y'all got people to just say, "Hey, yay, okay, do everything." That's not what I'm here for. So, I think there again needs to be the players needing to stop expecting all this 100% lovey-dovey nonsense all the time. It's just not realistic when you understand how much passion people have for the game. They love the game like you love the game. If you see something you don't like, what, you just gonna be like, well, okay, well, you're not a child. You're not a child. You can understand the context of the boo. I'm not gonna say there's a limit. I'm not with fans who want to threaten people's lives. I'm not with fans who want to take it personal. I'm not with fans who want to talk about your family, your kids, and this, that, or there. There's a line. But booing, don't cross that line.
And I'm so glad you touched on that because like I said in the opening of the show, because everybody know I'm a fan of Jordan Howard. You know what I mean? I honestly believe he should have been up here in day one. And when I talk about Jordan Howard to some of the Sander fans, I get people inboxing me like they Bloods and Crips, like they want to take it to that point. I'm like, damn,
we like that.
Like I'm saying to myself, dude, listen, and I try to restrain myself. I'm like, hold up, man, I need to chill out. I'm a grown ass man. But some of y'all understand some of the stuff that these people be posting to me, I can't even let y'all see it. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And one guy told me he gonna slap my face. I said, "You gonna slap my face?" I said, "Damn."
People get so bold behind a computer, right? Listen. Yeah. Drake said it first. Twitter fingers turn to trigger fingers.
Yeah, man. And I said, how about that? And I said to myself, my man want to listen to this. My man want to put hands on me because I don't like Sanders over Howard. He want to put his palm on my face and slap me because you're talking blasphemy. God damn you. You're gonna go to hell for what you saying. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, this is last night. You're gonna go to hell. You're gonna go to hell. I'm gonna go to hell for liking Jordan Howard. You don't know the game of football, you bastard. You bastard. I'm like, damn. This man told me I'm going to HE double hockey sticks.
Wow.
Is that Brian Colangelo's the hacked account?
Who knows, dog? It might be.
Burner
I don't
account.
give a damn, but guess what? Look, my stance on Howard is he the better back to me. I just think so.
More polished, but
more power in his running, more decisive in his running.
Thank you. John, what's your take on it? We need to get your take, John. We didn't give you the opportunity to speak on it.
Honestly, before this moment, I was going to disagree and say, I'm going to give the players the benefit of the doubt. But if you think about it, you really think about it, the Eagles haven't won at home this year. How about you win at home? How about you produce on the field? That's why we're booing you. Like you guys touched on, I'm in full agreement. Because if you don't produce, if you don't win at home, you're playing. Of course, we're going to boo you. This is Philadelphia. We're going to boo you. We're going to let you know. Do you remember when Ricky Waters, going back, Ricky Waters alligator armed this pass And the Eagles fans gave him crap for years, ran this dude out of town. But
I remember that.
if you do things that are counteractive on the field, we're gonna boo you. Like with Jalen Rigger, like
Man,
this was his best game. This was his best game.
It was. So listen to piggyback what you just said, and I said this earlier. Go ask the Allen Iversons of the world. Go ask B Doc. Go ask Brandon Graham. Go ask Jason Kelsey. Go ask Chris Long, for God's sakes, who only played with us for 2 damn years. All right, like these guys get it. You know, look, even Zach Ertz know how Philly is, man. He ain't even here no more. This man still wear his Eagles band on his arm, and he a Cardinal.
Okay? Right. You know what I feel like though, and I wonder what you guys think about this. Get your take on it. It's this idea that like we want to see effort, like fans. We want to see effort. We want to see dedication, right? I think we are okay with, like you mentioned AI, right? You mentioned all these JoJo. We're okay with you losing if we see you giving your all. We see you preservating, past all these barriers, all these bad elements. But when we don't see you giving, like John said, we hadn't won that many games at home. I think we only had, prior to this, one win so far at home. What do you feel like you're gonna get from fans if you're not giving them something that is going to be worthwhile? Like, what do you think? What do you think people come to sporting events for? It's not just to cheer the whole time. It's also to watch the game and react to the game. I can't make a collect decision beforehand. All I'm going to do is cheer. That's not realistic.
I think to sum it up, they don't understand. They don't understand. And, like for Slay only been here 2 years. In my opinion, I love Slay. That's my guy. But he's a Detroit Lion. Let's keep it a bean. All right. Real rap. He don't understand. Booby been here a couple of years, and he still don't understand. It's like you said, Afia. Embiid is another example of it. It's like you gotta understand Philadelphia first. This is an underdog city, man. You get beat up, you get put down on the ground. We expect you to get back up. That's it. You get up, we respect you. You keep getting up. You show a fight, man. You show that dog in you that you're gonna bite all the time. That's all you're gonna do. That's why cats like Brian Dawkins is beloved in this city, man. Like forever.
Forever will be.
Forever.
Forever will be.
Like,
yep.
It's like Tyrone said. I agree with you. They're very sensitive, and they are. I don't know what happened to athletes this year, dog. I really don't know.
Another point that I feel like is really not touched upon, and this was what I was thinking about, is that in any other city, having played the way that they've played, nobody would have showed up.
Yeah.
Like you got to understand that you brought up Detroit. You brought up, there's certain areas. Let's talk about the Giants. Talk about the Washington football team. You go to their stadiums, there's nobody in the seats. They're not showing up for their team. They're not showing up to watch this product. When we was losing game after game after game, did we not still show up?
Yep.
Did we not still ask them to run the ball? Did we not still support the fans?
Yep.
So you out here, you want us to come and pay for the jerseys, pay for the tickets, pay for the meals, pay for the comps, pay for the merchandise, all the things that's keeping you and your family in all the things you deserve.
Facts.
And all I ask for in return is a product worth watching. Yep. So yeah, you go hear some damn boos. If you didn't, you wouldn't be able to afford that nice house. Because if I didn't care, you couldn't get this nice deal that you get. So you should be thanking me when I boo you. You should say, thank you for caring so much, fans. Thank you for putting out your day, taking time off of your life to watch me bullshit the last 60 minutes.
Facts. You damn right.
So
man.
to me, like, go to a fan base that don't care then. If you don't want to hear boos.
Yeah, I just think it's stupid, man. I'm looking at and what's funny is I'm looking on Twitter and I'm saying to myself, like, dude, you still don't get it, bro. You don't get it. It don't make any sense to me. Like, it just don't make any sense. You're telling us not to boo. I don't get it. I think I'll never get it. So basically, if y'all go, okay, what they got? What was it? 10-0. We wasn't supposed to boo
10-0.
all the damn penalties
10-0.
and all that stuff. So we were supposed to just be like, okay, we waiting. Hey, good job, guys. Good job, Jordan Mailata. Good job, bro.
Let's punt the ball back to the Washington football team.
Good job, Jalen, for fumbling the ball.
Right, good job, Goddard, for having that stupid fluke interception, right? But was really just a lack of focus, right? Like, we killing you for these lack of focusing.
Yeah,
and they really are out here trying to be like, oh no, don't do that. No, I'm going to let you know what I see in real time. Not like we booed the whole game.
I just don't get it. And like I said, for those who's just joining us and checking us out, I had people inbox me, because they hate me because I like Jordan Howard, and it goes back to the conversation that we having now. They don't want us to boo. You don't. You're not from here. You're not from Philadelphia. You're not from here. So when I hear, what, and you're
just visiting.
Yeah,
okay, you're not from here. You just we live here. We're in here
every day. So here's another.
Like my guy John say, we in the mud with this.
We are in the mud with this. Here's another thing. Here's another thing that bothers me. You say not to boo, right? I look at that as, okay, if you don't want us to boo, aren't we the ones that's paying y'all bills right now?
Speak on it.
I mean, we the ones that got you that mansion in Jersey. We the ones that's allowing you and your wife to give out jerseys and tickets to fans.
Speak on it. Speak on it. Listen. You should be so lucky.
Yeah. So you should appreciate that. And I'm seeing a lot of these fanboy Eagle fans, and there's a lot of you ass kissing fanboys out there. And I'm gonna tell you, y'all need to stop that butt kissing. I mean, I ain't never seen so much ass kissing in my damn life, yo. Boobie say something and Slayer say something. They be like, "Yeah, you right, man. Real fans don't boo." I'm like, man, you was the same motherfucker who was just booing 3 weeks ago.
They switch up real quick. They like weather vanes, bro.
And the only reason they saying that is because they spoke up on it. But guess what? If Boobie and them ain't sit there and say y'all shouldn't boo, that'd be the same dude like, yeah, Jalen still ain't better than Wentz. He ain't better than this. Man, I hate fans like that. And it's sad that y'all represent me because we all bleed green, but I don't associate myself with you. I don't.
Right.
So
no, and at the end of the day, it's the fair weather fans, because like it or not, we have been here through the worst of it. So we've earned the right to boo. We've earned the right to express our opinions however we feel like it, because we was here before you and we'll be here after you.
Facts.
Okay? You could go on to any other organization and go get yourself a ring. I got to stay an Eagles fan. So yeah, I'm a fucking boom when they ain't doing what I want them to do. And that's on period. All right, now, Lil. Now get into a little bit better of a conversation, a more peaceful conversation, as it were. Okay, let's talk about this whole COVID thing, how it's rampaging through the entire league, and it just caught Coach. Okay, Nick Sirianni was put under the protocols today. He will be coaching remotely, and I'm not sure who's going to be the interim head coach at the time.
Well, he
Kevin Patuto.
Yeah, he's still
okay. If he can't make it Sunday, right?
Yeah, I think he'll make it because I think it's a 3-day thing.
But he's symptomatic, so he has to test negative twice in order to be able to play. And I might be struggles if he's showing signs, So
I tell you what. if he is gonna, you know, not be there, let the offensive coach finally do his job.
Right, let Stoutland do that, man. Listen,
Yeah,
if Coach of the Year, they've been talking. I've seen a lot of stuff about Coach of the Year and how Nick Sirianni should be in the conversation because he really changed the whole nature of our year. And I don't disagree with that. Don't discount that at all. But credit goes to one man and one man only. It's
yep,
Jeff Stoutland.
you
Okay,
damn right.
if Jeff
Yeah.
Stoutland does not develop players at the caliber and the level that he develops players, we would going nowhere with this season. Okay, so let's just give credit where credit is due, and let's talk about it. Okay, we had to have our game rescheduled because of COVID. There's clearly other leagues around, NHL, the NBA are having problems getting games scheduled because of COVID. It's clearly, not subsiding like we all thought, even though a lot of us are vaccinated, more than 70% of the country is vaccinated. It's still not enough with this current variant that we're facing. So I want to hear what you guys are thinking about uh, COVID, and what do you feel like needs to be done more on a professional sports perspective to kind of help get reduce these cases and these transmissions? What do you think, John?
It's scary. We're living in a weird time right now.
Mm.
Just pray for everybody. This is crazy. Crazy. We're dealing with a freaking virus. It's ravishing everyone. Um, they said just be safe. It's unfortunate. Like now, teams are forced to just show up with whoever they have of healthy, that's not affected, and just play your best game possible. It's hard to do that. It's hard to do that. It's hard to see people around you affected by it and then perform. So like hats goes off to those players and coaches and staff that like prepare every week for a game that we all love, and people's lives are at risk. You know what I mean? But um, it's starting to heat up. I'm excited, and I'm excited to see how it turns out. You pray for the best, and you just hope everyone has the best health possible going forward.
Here's my thing on it. Um, the Aaron Rodgers of the world,
Hmm.
the Antonio Browns of the world, all those cats, man, who refuse to get vaccinated. Okay, but yet you want to get paid for your services. You know,
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. This is a pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. Pandemic. All right, this is a damn pandemic. You know, I work at a hospital and I gotta wear a mask every damn day. Everywhere I go, I gotta wear a damn mask, man. You know, and I don't know how you guys feel, but to be honest with you, it's a pain in the ass to keep wearing the mask all the damn time. The shit get wet and you breathing in all types of shit. At the end of the day, the COVID situation, in my opinion, is something that can be controlled better. You know, and as organizations, fall victim to this, they need to do a better job, man, with their athletes, with the facility that they work out of, and a lot of things. I mean, it's this right now. We live in times to where it's an unfortunate situation, and it's hard to control, to be honest with you. But guess what? You can help the cause by getting vaccinated. You got some people who won't get vaccinated. You can also what else? You can also talk to your GM, your manager. What can I do, to help prevent this? It's a lot of things you can do to prevent it.
Yeah.
So that's it.
I would say, with you, the part where you're talking about the unvaccinated, and I would say this, the NFL is a league that will fine you for wearing the wrong cleats on the field. Okay, they're a league that decided to reinstitute an arbitrary taunting rule. They're a league that will get on you if your gloves aren't the right color. They'll get on you for the most minute minuscule, mundane, stupidest things, but they won't institute a vaccine mandate. That, to me, that's a problem.
That's true.
Because they have a lot of power and they have a lot of wherewithal to do a lot of different things, and they're so obsessed with us having every single game play and not have one game go unplayed, that really you just should have instituted a message. I mean, honestly, and this may get me in with whatever kind of this, that, and the third. My opinion is that we should have a national vaccine mandate, because like Whip said, it's not just you. This virus does not just affect you. It affects every single person that you come into contact with. We're dealing with a public health crisis. Okay. For you to only think about yourself is selfish and self-serving, especially when you want to continue to operate in a world that interacts with other people. I really wish I could just push all these again, my own opinion. Just if you want to be unvaccinated, I really wish we could put you in a leper colony and you could live your whole life doing that thing, and I don't have to feel unsafe, right? Because at this point, I don't know. Because we don't have a mask mandate, because we don't have a vaccine mandate. I don't know who's protected and who's not. I don't know who's doing the right thing and who's not. So I constantly have to be on guard, and that does something to a person that constantly have to be alert and constantly have to be on guard so that they don't endanger all their family. So I did what I was supposed to do. And I'm sure how many other players felt that type of way when we had to get this game postponed to Tuesday. Now, they did everything that they had to do. Washington football team is the one had all these people falling. And now we have a lot of people falling. I just wonder what would have avoided if there was some type of mandate in this NFL association.
That makes me wonder, who knows? I mean, are we going to even make it this Sunday? Now that the coach got it, who's to say that the Slim Reaper didn't, get it, or Jalen didn't get it? He damn sure just touched Jalen. He was yelling at him.
And even with and everybody knows, as you can clearly see, vaccinated versus, I mean, obviously the effects are worse when you're unvaccinated, but vaccinated or not, you can still get this particular variant. It's that transmissible. It's that contagious. So I would say everybody get your boosters. Let's bear in mind that if you're vaccinated now, but you haven't gotten a booster, you're technically not vaccinated.
Facts.
So really, you just have to do your part. And I see Birdman 951. I hear what you're saying about everybody has a right. I just think that you have to fit that sense of rightness into the context of what you're doing. This organization mandates a lot of things. The NFL organization mandates a lot of things that people would say, well, no, they can't do that. We have rights. No, you have collectively bargained agreements, and in there is the right for the NFL to mandate it, and they just don't want to. That's fine. But then don't punish these people for then getting sick and then not being able to perform because you didn't, understand that you can't entice these people into doing the right thing. At certain places, when you're dealing with public health, when you're dealing with other people's health, not just you gotta stop trying to coerce and entice people into things. And you have to start thinking about the public good and the public safety. Same way we all have to go to school, even though people say, I don't know if I have the right to an education. Same way we all tell people to get all these other vaccines that we never have any particular problem with. It's just figuring out how to do it, when to do it, and just doing it. Like, to me, this is the same NFL that's totally fine with the backlash of the sexual assault case with the Washington football team. And yet they won't institute a national vaccine mandate. This don't make no sense to me. You court controversy with one hand, and on the other hand say, no, we're not ready for that.
I don't get it.
You know what? I think, honestly, it should have went to the owners, and the owners should have met with Goodell and worked it out. Honestly. It's too much going on. Like
it's too much money involved. Too much money involved. And that's what it is. Like, listen, look. Birdman _951. He just said something that made a lot of sense. It says that he said the NFL backtracks through technically technically, Washington should have forfeited the game. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys remember, but in the beginning of the year, the NFL board said that any team affected with COVID, they should automatically forfeit the game.
Well, if it's enough, if you weren't unvaccinated, right? If the reason why y'all had to forfeit was due to an unvaccinated thing, then that was going to be for. But then who was ever going to enforce that thing?
So think about this. You want to know what happened? The good old boys of the NFL was like, "Oh hell no, Roger Goodell, ain't no way in hell we losing no damn money, man." And that's what happened.
We already sent that heated bench to Philly.
Yeah,
right.
Like, man, we not.
You know what I think though? I honestly believe that there's probably a lot more unvaccinated. The reason why they probably didn't do this forfeit game is there's more unvaccinated people, maybe players in the NFL than we think. Obviously, there's a threshold, and everybody was able to get over a certain particular threshold, and some teams are more vaccinated than others. But I didn't think there's a lot. 10% of the NFL not being vaccinated is still several thousand people not being vaccinated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know who was the least vaccinated team in the league? Oh, wouldn't this so happen to be the Washington football team?
There you go. There you go. So they should have. So they were in that prime category. But you know what? They've been covering for Dan Snyder all up and through. So at this point, honestly, I think Dan Snyder got something on the league. Snyder got something on every single one of these 31 other owners, because that's the only reason this man is still owning an NFL team today.
My man is a bona fide, certified, 100% official gangster.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
came up in those emails.
Okay, listen, dude got some shit popping with them emails, but we ain't gonna even talk about that, man. But
all right, no, I think to Birdman's point, he's got the last word. Washington, come get your trash cans out of Philly. We don't want them.
Facts, man.
All right, y'all. Let's get into our third topic of the day. Okay. Oh well, that was our third topic. Our last topic of the night is, of course, we can't leave without talking about playoffs. Playoffs. Yeah, let's talk playoffs. Come on, let's talk playoffs. Okay. I don't think we're doing it, but talk me into it. Please. I know John, Mr. Dudley Do Right, Mr. Everything is good and great and awesome.
Sorry, Dudley Do Right. Hey yo, that's so
Tell me, bro.
Hey, wait, you just came up with a new one. Yo, Dudley Do Right. Yo, I'm using it.
You gonna co-op me? All right, yo.
Dudley Do Right.
That's exactly what Do Right. Please tell me why I should be excited about the Eagles in the playoffs. Please.
Dudley.
We played the most winnable game of all Sunday against the Giants. Come back with the Washington football team, and then Cowboys. It's winnable. We could run the table. The 3. Yeah. To finish out. To finish the season. You don't think so?
Okay, what you got?
Giants. We beat the Redskins. We'll at least win 2 more.
All right, so check this here, right? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me throw something your way, Mr. Dudley. Yes, we can go. We can go to Washington and beat the Redskins. Now, it's some factors in this. Just allow me to talk, Mr. Do Right. Yo, you gotta blame a figure for that.
You love that, John. He's gonna be calling. Sorry, John. I had to.
Dudley Do Right, y'all. You need to change your Twitter handle to Dudley Do Right.
You gotta change your handle to Dudley Do Right.
You gotta be Dudley Do Right, dude. All right, no. Here's the thing. Yes, we can go up in Washington and beat the Redskins. Okay, that's they
Washington
can do that.
Team.
Well, yeah, Washington football team. And I'm pretty sure by the time we play them, some of their players will be back. You know, Heineke, whatever his damn name is. I call him Heineken, whatever. I don't know what his name is. But the Giants is beatable too. But them Cowboys, dog. I hate them. I hate them.
They're gonna rest the starters. That's the last game. They're gonna rest the starters.
What if they rest the starters?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but they hate us just like we hate them. They're not going to rest their starters against us, John. They're not going to do that, John. Oh, my bad. Dudley, do right. They're not going.
If they have the first seed,
dude,
it's
they're
conditioned.
not.
There's levels to it. There's levels. There's little levels.
There's no levels to it, dude. Let me tell you something. Do you think the Cowboys want to see the Eagles get in the playoffs, bro? Knowing that they got a
Why not? They don't care. They don't care. It'll make it even better to beat them in the playoffs.
Oh my god!
It'll be even sweeter to beat them in the playoffs. Because they haven't beaten us in the playoffs.
Dude,
the Cowboys haven't beaten us in the playoffs. We beat the Cowboys in the playoffs last time I checked. We beat the Cowboys in the playoffs last time I checked. So if it's going back. But yeah, it's going back a long time. But they look past us.
Refreshing my memory.
They look past us.
Refreshing my memory. I don't need to cut you off, Mr. Do Right. When was this? Yeah, come on. Think.
Was it Rodney Pete? Rodney Pete?
No, we ain't gonna go that damn far.
Damn, you trying to go back to
oh no, it was Randall. It was 1991.
No. They know it was McNabb too. They beat us with McNabb too. Remember he was doing the air guitar shit and they whipped our ass in the playoffs then. You forgot?
I think Mr. Brown, Tyrone Brown has a point, and I think he says it succinctly enough. We can beat the Cowboys. Okay, I would agree with John over the idea that we could, if they rest their starters, especially if Micah Parsons is not out there. We're talking about key starters here. We're talking about they're resting Dak, they're resting Zeke, they're resting Micah, Tay Diggs, the Amari Cooper, with CeeDee Lamb, they resting them guys. And I think, we got ourselves a chance. To be honest, weirdly enough, I'm more concerned about the Giants game than I am about the Cowboys game at the end of the season. For some reason, I don't like the way we had played against the Giants the first time. Okay, it left a very bad taste in my mouth. Honestly, the first two games we had against our division opponents left a very bad taste in my mouth. Okay, Jalen has helped it along a little bit because we ended up playing the Washington football team pretty well, even though at first it was awful. But I am a little concerned that there were things that were exposed in that Giants game that can go and play again, because what did they do in the Giants game? They beat up on.
What they did defensively? Defensively, the Giants played their defensive ends wider to keep Jalen in the pocket.
Exactly. And they beat up on him. They beat up on him a lot, and he's still dealing with a high ankle.
Patrick Graham is a good defensive coordinator too for the Giants.
Right. So I just feel like they had a strategy that worked. They had a strategy that had them flustered. We did not adjust well, and I think that's a thing that Nick Sirianni struggles with, is adjusting in game.
We didn't have that dude called the grown ass man Eva Queen. Sorry.
You may be right. You may be right. Maybe Jordan, but it's not just Jordan though. Because our offense is predicated off our offense is predicated off of the threat to run, right?
Yes,
Jalen provides the threat to run. So even when they said we're not going to let him just hand the ball off and not feel a lick of that pressure coming, right? So I do just think that when the Giants were pressuring Jalen as they were getting very physical with him, it impacted the game significantly. So I would see them doing it again and being really successful doing it again. It's up to us to prepare. As Tyrone says, they're a totally different team. We're a totally different team. And maybe we did beat ourselves, and maybe it was less of them and more of us. But I thought they had a really good defensive game plan.
I think I'm telling you this now. If you put Sanders and Howard together against the Giants coming up, they're going to tear that ass up. I'm here to tell you that now. They not going to be able to handle those two. Well, and not only that,
you know what song this came on my head?
Then you can then you can switch it out with Boston Scott or what's the name? So it's kind of hard, man. I think the Eagles is going to rout these boys, man.
Well, just as long as none of these running backs end up in the protocols. Knock on wood.
Only you, yo. Only you.
Just saying, yo.
Ain't no stopping us now.
Oh, look
We
at
got the
Mr.
groove.
Do-Right. Come on,
That's a
man.
Philly sound. That's a Philly sound. See
listen.
that's when Miles and Jordan Howard get on. That's
First and foremost, Dudley.
Stopping
Dudley,
us
let me
We
give you
got the
some.
groove.
Hold up, let me stop you. Let me stop you right now, Dudley. Do right, goddamn you. Okay, you're not going to use the
Gamble,
76ers. That's the 76ers championship song. That was an 80s.
Yeah, it is, but Gamble, that's a relative of mine.
I understand. I know he's a relative of you. Goddamn, Dudley, do right. We know. Damn it. Okay.
No, but when we're on, ain't no stopping us. They can't stop us.
Listen, we do have a very effective run scheme. Okay, that is really good, and I liked the best thing going for us is our O-line. Period. So as long as we lean on that, I think we have we can do well against the Giants.
I tell you what's stopping us though. Time is up is stopping us.
That's right. And now we have had so much fun with you guys. Tyrone is bringing up great points, but again, football is a game of inches and a game of margin. So we talking about maybe that don't happen, but that's concentration issues. So we've seen us continually having concentration issues. It could happen again, and better teams capitalize on those types of mistakes. It's a game of inches. Now, please don't forget that you subscribe and download to the podcast, 3 Birds and a Punt, on YouTube tonight, on Apple, on Spotify, Anchor, wherever you get your podcast. Follow us. Follow me personally at According to Afia. You can follow my man Whip. Let him know.
Everybody hates Whip.
And that's the truth. Yes, not a lie was spoken. And my guy Dudley, where should we follow you at, Mr. Do-Right?
John Monroe Jr.
John Monroe Jr. Alrighty then. Okay, so you know what? Follow the 3 Birds. Twitter and Instagram at 3 Birds and a Punt. We really would love to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you for your great comments. Y'all have had a great show. I see some people coming in just as we leaving. We're on at 7 p.m., y'all. It's an hour. Don't forget. But you'll see that recording soon. We'll be up on podcast before you go.
If you missed this live show, you can go on YouTube and check it out. You know what I mean? And enjoy it.
Right. And it'll be up on Spotify and Anchor momentarily within the next 24 hours, y'all.
Yep. You guys have a great day or great night.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Feliz Navidad. Happy Kwanzaa. Whatever you celebrate, we're with it. Please, please, please stay safe. Be safe. And enjoy a happy holidays. We'll see you after the break. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.